Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to G-Scale Reviews. My name is Mark Magana, and on this channel, I like to review G-Scale model railroad products. And today I have an interesting one that I bet a lot of people haven't seen before. This is a Boxcar from Aristocraft that is decorated for Thompson Hine, and I'm sure many people are going, well, what the heck is Thompson Hine? I picked this up at the Northeast Ohio large-scale train show a couple months ago, and nobody really seemed to know what Thompson Hine was, but I recognized that name, and it's only because it's a law firm. It's a law firm up in Cleveland, Ohio, and my that's where my attorney works. So that's the only reason I knew what that was. And I'll get into a little bit of where this thing came from and what its story is, and why on earth a law firm would have a boxcar, because that's kind of unusual. So Thompson Hine is a really large law firm in Cleveland, and they're kind of like a Cleveland establishment. And some of this is just logical speculation, and some of this is definitely confirmed. So the confirmed parts first. This was back in the 90s. This was on a layout at the Holden Arboretum in Chardon, Ohio. And it was a display built by a man named Paul. I apologize if I butchered the last name. Paul Busse, or it might be Buss. They're spelled Busse. So I apologize. I'm sure as a guy with a kind of an ethnic last name, mine's mispronounced all the time, and I know that's irritating. So I apologize to Paul for getting that wrong. But so presumably a lot of Cleveland area businesses donated to the Arboretum and maybe building this display, and what they they got their name on a car on a layout. So that's kind of how this thing came to exist. And I bought it from a gentleman at the train show, and I sent a couple pictures to my attorney, and I said, hey, do you know what the story with this is? Have you ever seen one of these before? Because for all I know, half the lawyers in her office have one, right? So my attorney emails me back, and she says, oh my God, that is so cool. No, I have never seen that before. Where on earth did you find it? So I explained to her that I have like a model railroading hobby, and she's a very nice lady, but I would be shocked if she had like a model railroad in her backyard or her basement. That's just probably not her thing, right? But I went ahead and I sent it up to her after filming these shots on the little oval in my basement, because a lot of people like to have stuff from their work on display in their office or whatnot, and I thought, well, maybe she'd like to throw it on her shelf or something like that, or if not, there's probably an attorney up there that would like it, because apparently she sent out the picture and the email to a bunch of her colleagues. And again, this is a really large law firm. I guess the attorneys in like their transportation division just went nuts, and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Where did that come from? So I went ahead and I sent it up to her, and I believe it made its way over to one of the attorneys that works in transportation. Apparently they do have some railroad clients and deal with railroads and railcar leasing contracts and stuff like that on a somewhat regular basis. So there's some partner up there that's probably really likes having this on his shelf or on his desk or something. So I'm glad I could help out. But it was just such an interesting kind of a one-off thing, and I'm like, well, I got to get that, just because somebody there is going to really think it's cool, and if not, it's an unusual thing for my layout, worst case. So that's how that came to be. Hey, here I am in the flesh. I wanted to apologize for not putting up any videos for a couple months. It's just been kind of crazy around here with doing a little light remodeling around the house with paint and carpet and all that kind of stuff, and shifting things between the basement and the house and all that, and I was expecting kind of a slow summer for work, and I got unexpectedly busy, which is a good thing. I'm not complaining, but it kind of interfered with my hobby plans this summer. So I know it's been about 2 months since I posted a video. A couple of you sent me messages. Thank you very much for that, and I'm really really excited that I actually hit 400 subscribers. I never would have dreamed. So this was just kind of like a little one-off video because that Thompson Hine Boxcar was so unusual. But going forward, like once a week, I really want to try to get in the habit as my life gets back to normal of posting a different G-scale piece of rolling stock or something like that. I got enough to do videos for probably a year or two. So, and from time to time, the train I started out with as a kid is Brio, which are actually some of my best performing videos on this channel. But from time to time, I'll do a Brio review, and you G-Skill guys, hopefully you'll just kind of find that amusing and or whatever when you see those every so often. But it's primarily a G-Skill channel. There will be a website at gskillreviews.com. If you're watching this when this video is very new, there's nothing there yet. That's it's slow goings because I've just been so busy with work. But if you're watching this maybe 4 or 6 months in the future, yeah, there'll be a website there, kind of like a blog style with all the different products I've reviewed and stuff like that. And you can tune in that way if you don't really feel like going to YouTube, or maybe I'll do some blog posts or some other stuff. So I'm not really sure yet, but I know there will also be like a website to go with this channel. So thank you very, very much for watching. I really appreciate that. And I'm so pleasantly surprised. I'm going to hit, well, I think it was a couple days ago we hit 400 subscribers. And the watch hours are way up there. If you don't know, on YouTube, you need to have 1,000 watch hours. Excuse me. You need to have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers in order to get monetized. So when you see the ads on the videos, that way the creator gets they throw them a couple bucks. On the watch time, I'm really close. I'm almost halfway there on the subscribers. We're 40% of the way there. So if you haven't subscribed, please do if you like trains. I go out rail fanning when I have time. I haven't really had a lot of time this summer to do that, but I like to throw in the occasional rail fan video. And this channel is just all about trains. It's always kid safe. I never, on this channel, I never swear. I try to keep it very kid friendly because of the Brio products. Because you never know who's watching. So it's safe to just hit a playlist and let it roll for your kids or whatever if you're in that situation. You see behind me there's a lot of old Nintendo stuff. If by chance you're into retro video games, stuff from like the 80s and 90s, Nintendo, Atari, Sega, that kind of stuff, please visit my other channel, vintagegamer.com. That's my other pet project, and that one will probably have like a I'm going to try to do a live stream every Saturday evening, maybe Sunday evening. We'll just see how life works out, and maybe post some cool product reviews here and there. And then the plan is to once a week, my basement's still in disarray, but once I get it back to array, and I get my layout to be more than just that little oval you saw in the Thompson Hine video, the plan is to start pumping out at least weekly videos, if not bi-weekly videos. So if you watched this far, thank you so much. I hope you'll consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys. I have all the footage done for a LGB starter set. That's what was pulling the Thompson Hine car, and then a passenger car that goes with that, and I've started clipping that together. So probably at the most a week I'll have a review on that LGB starter set. So please subscribe if you want to see that. Thanks, guys. What are you doing? The show's over. It's time to go home. You're still here? It's over. Go. Mm-hmm.